So everyone, welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to continue the 10 questions segment. 10 questions on the Montreal Canadiens and my answers for those 10 questions. Obviously, it's why you're here. So without further ado, little French for you. Not French Canadian, French language. Number 10, sophomore slump for the Galleys? Question mark. No, I think Gallagher plays too straight ahead of a game, and Galchenyuk is just too skilled, for there to be a major slump, sophomore slump, the proverbial sophomore slump for either one of them. And I think they'll have great, second years in the league. I think they'll continue their development. And I wouldn't rule out Galchenyuk having 65 or 70 points next year. He's just that good. Number 9, Daniel Brière's homecoming. Is it a good idea? Yeah, I think he was around Peg and Raffle. I think he helps them. I think they gave him a place to showcase his skills and really end his career. Proverbially where it started as a French Canadian kid of Quebec. So a good move all around. Number 8, will PK Subban win the Norris Trophy again? I'm going to cop out and say I believe PK Subban will have a very, very good year next year. I want to rule out 20 goals for Subban. I put the over-under at 16.5, but I would not rule out 20 at all. So there's that. Number 7, make or break year for Louis LeBlanc. Obviously, 2009 first-round pick. Was with Harvard, played in the Q for Montreal, and really kind of a lost year of development last season in the AHL, and struggled through some injuries and some other stuff. I think he will continue his development. I think at 22 he's far from a finished product. I think he's been overshadowed, especially last year, by Galchenyuk and Gallagher, and even to a lesser degree Tenori, who we'll talk about later on in the segment. But I think I wouldn't give up on him, and I don't think Montreal will give up on him. I think he's going to see some NHL time next year, and maybe, the injury situation, possibly playing the top 6. Number 6, over under 40 goals, max patch rate. I think he gets 40. I think we've seen his development, we've seen his skill set, we've seen what he does with his size and his skating ability and all that. I think he'll score 40 goals next year. And I think the world introduced how good he is at the Olympics with Team USA. Number 5, obviously, Gallagher and Galchenyuk had great rookie seasons last year. What rookies will the Habs see this year? I don't see any of them sticking full time, but I think you'll see Christian Thomas for a little bit and possibly Dalton Thrower later in the season. Dalton Thrower was a second-round pick last year, and he's eligible for the AHL this year, so I think it'd be a good. I think you'll see him. He's good offensive defense. He's good offensive. Has some tenacity. Throws the body around proverbially. So there's that. Number 4 is Bobby Orr to really piss off the Habs fans. I'm kidding. Is Jared Tenori the next Darian Hatcher / Hal Gill? I think he's on a Hal Gill-like trajectory. I think he maybe has a little more tenacity in the game. There obviously needs to soothe out the rougher edges, but I think he's on a right, he's on the right track. When you're big and you have tenacity and you're not afraid to throw the body around, there's a bright future for him. And I think when you look at how skilled Montreal is for the most part, both on the blue line and up front, having a guy like that is important. Actually, to piggyback on both those things, rookies and big and tenacious guys. Don't even ask about Michael McCarron next year. He will be in London. You'll probably see him in 2 years. I think that's what's best for him. He's not ready for pro hockey right now, and he's got a good program that really produces amazingly talented players. So I think it'll be a good development for him, and I think he'll do just fine with London. And 2-3 years, you'll be hearing a lot from him. Number 3, Mark Offsall. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I can't comment on is he healthy, is he not. But I can say it's critical for him to be on the ice. For the team to be successful. And you look at how they struggled without him in the lineup the last 3-4 years. With him in and out of the lineup with various injuries and ailments, and it's tough. But I think if he does play, he'll make a huge impact. Yeah, I think he will play. It's just if he stays healthy, he'll make a huge impact. And at 34 years old, definitely has something left in the tank. And you'll see that on display throughout the year. He'll be perfect complement to Subban, like I said, if he's healthy. Number 2, will they win the division again? It's gonna be an uphill battle. Between the Bruins, it's one of the teams on the rise. But they'll definitely contend, and we'll see what happens from there. But the number 1 question is, will Carey Price rebound? To say that the best for last. I don't know. I've been a huge Carey Price fan since. Well, I can't say huge Carey Price fan as a Bruins fan, but I've admired his talent and his ability to play goaltender, to be a quality goaltender since his days with the Tri-City Americans back in 06, 07, and it's I'm not rooting against him. Most Bruins fans are, but I follow him close enough. I know what he's all about, and I think he'll be back. I think he's Canada's #1 goalie going into the Olympics. It's his spot to lose, and I think the pressure of playing in Montreal will prepare him for the world stage, and I look for him to be a big part of the Canadian. Any success Canada has in the Olympics, and I look for him to put the end of last year in the rearview mirror, and come to camp healthy and play and contribute. So I think that'll be contribute positively, not contributing, giving up soft goals, and not playing to the level he's capable of. I think he'll be just fine as the season goes on. I think he's obviously psychologically a tough kid, and after signing a big contract extension last year, he wants to live up to it, and he knows any chance they have of going deep into the playoffs, it comes down to him, and he embraces that challenge, which is you want to see from your franchise goaltender. Anyway, that's all this episode of the Power Play with CJ on 10 questions the Montreal Canadiens will have going into the 2013-2014 season. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.